Hello again, and welcome to part 2 of the 5-part Heaven is Everywhere video series. This is my new book. I'm Jefferson Glassie, and today we're going to talk about fear. People don't think that they have fears quite often, but I found that I had fears, and I think most people do have fears, but they're hard to recognize sometimes. So I talked in part 1 about fear being the perception of separation. It's really kind of an illusion. It's an us versus them attitude. And I've wondered, what is the greatest fear that humans have? Now you might say that death is the greatest fear that humans have. But I think it's really not being loved, not being able to be in love for the rest of your life or through eternity, to be separated from love or from God, if you will. And that this is really the deepest fear that humans have, even a deeper fear than the fear of death. Now, fear causes many actions and emotions that humans have. Fear causes all anger. All hate is the result of fear. War, rape, jealousy, greed, entitlement, all based on fear. Murders, nationalism. Some people ask, well, geez, aren't murderers and terrorists, they're just evil, aren't they? Well, you know what? I don't think so. I don't think that there is any such thing as evil. There's no law of evil in quantum physics or science. It's really just a sort of a catch term that we use to describe things that humans have done that are really awful. So I decided in the book to look at what many murderers and terrorists have done and why they've done it. And in every case, they did their deeds, their heinous deeds, mass murderers, etc., because of fear. Now, they may have been afraid of not being loved, or they may have felt alienated. They may have felt embarrassed about not being as strong a man, and they're usually men, as they would like to be, or that they're not as appreciated as they would like to be. And just one example, Dylan Klebold, one of the Columbine shooters, wrote, as I look for love, I feel I can't find it ever. He was afraid he would never find love, and that fear gave rise to his acts. It's really important to recognize our fears. Because if we do recognize our fears, then we can let them go and we can have peace individually and collectively. So I think that we can achieve that. I think that us humans, or we humans, are smart enough to do that. What do you think? Well, thanks very much for listening to part 2 of the Heaven is Everywhere 5-part video series. Next time, in part 3, we will be talking about love. Thanks for listening.